That's into right center field. That'll be down for a hit. Cutting it off is Jake Byers. That's going to prevent a second run from scoring. That'll be an RBI double from Wagaman. His second RBI base hit of the night. And it's now an 8-4 lead in the fifth. Well, here's an ovation that's a little bit about tonight and a lot about a career. Justin Verlander walking off the mound in what could be his final regular season start in an Astros uniform. Taps his chest and points to the crowd as he leaves with his team up 8-4.
That was September 20th of last year. Justin Verlander's final moments with the Houston Astros. He did not make the postseason roster, and that was that. His second stint with the Astros, not a good one, especially his last season, where this past year he went 7-10 with a 5.48 ERA. He has now signed a one-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. 2023, when he came back to the Astros at the 2023 deadline, he had a 3.31 ERA in 11 starts. His second stint, it was mediocre. It wasn't a success.
Yeah, left a lot to be desired.
We certainly tip our hat and wish him well with the Giants, but I mean, they're not going to be missing anything with him gone.
No, I think people would have been more disappointed today if the breaking news last night was that he signed with the Astros for $15 million.
Something else. You would be like, Jim Crane is still in charge of this operation.
Yeah, like I think people would be way more upset because even if you look back to the season before he went to the Mets, his strikeout, like his whiff percentage and things like that, really started to go down in a huge way. Like he was just not missing bats. He was efficient, obviously, but even in his last year in 2022, like there were numbers that you could cherry pick and say like there looks like a decline could be on the horizon. And then he was good for 2023, not great. And then last year it fell off a cliff. And like I don't know what to expect from Justin Verlander. Like if he went to the Giants this year and was awesome, like I wouldn't be surprised. If he's the worst pitcher in baseball, it might not shock me either.
I would be surprised if he's good next season. I, in fact, would be surprised if he is pitching at the beginning of the season. I feel like we've seen the last couple of years, it's taken him a little bit longer to ramp up than in years past.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Giants are going to get much. I hope that he has a nice final year there, one that leaves a better taste in everyone's mouth than the last thing we saw, because this is a guy who wanted to be Tom Brady. He wanted to pitch until he was 45 years old. I don't think that's going to happen, but at the very least, the Giants are giving him a chance. Coog Blaze points out on the Twitch at ESPN 975, JV still getting bags. What a legend.
I mean, look, you look at the pitching market, like there's a bunch of these old guys who are out there. You figured at least one of them would get paid. Between Verlander, Scherzer, and Kershaw,
yeah,
you would think one of them would. And Kershaw barely pitched last year. Scherzer missed a lot of time last year, and JV did, obviously. Like, but I would bet on Justin Verlander more than I would bet on the other two guys. It's not even close.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kershaw's been cooked for a while, and Scherzer, he really has had big injury problems. It feels like the last 2 years. So, I mean, if you're going to bet on one of them to have career success again, I would bet on Justin Verlander, and that's what the Giants are basically doing here. Like this is a fine move for him. I'm really glad Jim Crane did not make this signing. Like this would have. I do feel like we have taken a step in the right direction of feeling comfortable with like what's happened with the Astros, because they traded Kyle Tucker. Like that's a Dana Brown move. Reggie Jackson left the organization. Justin Verlander did not return. So like maybe the, Skull and Bone Society has lost some of its power.
But I mean, he's 42, and if they signed him, everyone would be rioting, given what Jose Abreu was and given what Rafael Montero was. The problem is, too, you made that trade, and we'll see what Drew Gilbert and
Ryan Clifford.
We'll see what those guys end up being. No idea, truly. And once a prospect leaves, until that guy's at the major league level doing all-star caliber things, he basically becomes dead to me. But you did give up something for him in a farm system that is barren, and you didn't get a World Series out of his return. You didn't really get anything out of his return ultimately. Hate to look at it that way. It was cool to see him one more time, but you'd almost rather the last taste you have of Justin Verlander be in 2022 when he has an incredible regular season and in the postseason he finally gets a playoff win.
Yeah, if he would have been having these struggles elsewhere, I think we all would have been like, "Oh, the Astros just made the right move." But then they brought him back. I mean, the immediate joke also yesterday was, how many prospects will the Astros trade for Justin Verlander in August when they do it again?
Maybe they can get some prospects and pay his contract.
That could work.
The real tricky thing is now the tribute video, because Verlander has returned to Minute Maid Park as a member of another team. This happened June 20th of 2023 with the Mets. Framber Valdez outdueled him. I think it was a 4-2 Astros win. I am sure he got a tribute video there. What do you do for a tribute video here? Do you do the same tribute video? Say there's an Astros-Giants game where Verlander is pitching. Do you do one with the very few highlights from 2023 and 0 highlights from 2024? What do you do here?
I do. Yeah, I feel like there has to be new highlights. Like if you're going to do another one.
Just a bunch with Kate Upton? No, not those highlights. I mean, like the highlights where Kate Upton's doing the interviews on Fox.
She wasn't around the last year and a half. Like, I don't even remember seeing Kate Upton in Houston.
I wonder if they'll actually get a residence in San Francisco. It is expensive, and that place is a godforsaken rat hole now.
Yeah, I would not want to live there. I definitely no tribute video. Veto.
None.
I think you have to give him another.
No. He already got one.
He's arguably the most important pitcher in Astros history.
Totally agree.
He's probably the best Astro or pitcher in Astros history.
Definitely.
Nolan Ryan stint. I know a lot of people are going to disagree because of that. I get the 0 rings part. I get it.
0 Cy Youngs.
Billy Wagner. Maybe some are going to make the case for him. Shout out to Mike Scott, my dog, because he pissed off the New York Mets back in '86.
Justin Verlander won 2 Cy Youngs.
Yeah,
it's him and it's honestly like him and Roger Clemens.
I feel like I've made this take already before where like Verlander's the most impactful Astros pitchers ever. Clemens, maybe there's a case for him, but I mean, how long was that? 1 year? Verlander, you trade for him, you instantly became a real World Series contender. You win the World Series immediately. ALCS Game 6 in 2017. 2019, Cy Young, looks great. 2022, Cy Young, looks great. I mean, yeah, he is. Most important, best.
He's got the rings, he's got the medal, he's got everything that you need to do it. Now, he didn't have the best World Series performances all the time, so like people will hold that against him, I'm sure. But yeah, I just don't think you deserve 2 tribute videos.
I do. Give him as many as he wants.
Like I didn't even know what the comp for that would be. Like if like James Harden came back for a season and then left again and then came back, like we're gonna do another tribute video for James Harden.
Yeah, you would.
I don't like the precedent that this sets.
I mean, it would be essentially whatever LeBron gets whenever he goes back to Cleveland.
Honestly, that's the right person to bring up. Like, how many times has he
come back to Cleveland?
I don't think he got one the first time.
No, definitely not.
So
when he went back with the Heat, they didn't give him a tribute video.
Hell no,
I don't think so. I think that might have been one of those.
Do you remember the intensity?
I remember, but I thought
Dan Gilbert wrote a letter in Comic Sans.
That's true.
Yeah, that
I forgot about the letter.
That might have been one of the few where a guy didn't get a tribute video. Whoever started tribute video culture probably should be shot, but
the Rockets are the worst at because they gave him like the lowest of lows.
Kevin Porter Jr. Tribute video.
Kevin Martin got one.
Oh, God, Kevin
Russell Westbrook.
I'm just kidding. I don't think
Russell Westbrook got one.
Yeah, Westbrook actually got one,
which is crazy.
Ty Washington's gonna get one next time.
Verlander got 2 rings. He gets 2 tribute videos.
Disagree. 1 tribute video. That's
unbelievable. What are you?
Yeah, like
you, Matt Thomas.
I'm
complaining about.
That's what this is.
I'm the tribute, please.
This is 790. This is 790.
Because he wouldn't come on Matt Thomas's radio show.
That is the lamest. I mean, listen,
Look,
I like Matt. That's the lamest thing I've ever seen. Come on my radio show. You don't need guests on a radio show. What are you doing? It's the Matt Thomas show. It's not you, Matt.
I have my own issues with Justin Verlander. It has nothing to do with this. I paid his brother to come on 790 a week. Like every week for an entire season.
It's not him though. It's Justin. That's not Ben.
With the agreement that Justin would eventually come on.
Okay, well, I mean that's on you. That's pretty good of a deal.
Didn't happen.
That was going to happen
by the Verlanders.
But like we're going to have Ben on. So yeah, Ben his younger brother controls what Big Brother does. What are you talking about?
He said that when he came to Houston, he would get Justin to come on the show.
Yes, because he wanted to get paid, and you paid him like an absolute naive, silly little boy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just one tribute video. That's all you get.
Justin want to come on my radio show. Like, what a puss tweet. I love Matt too. Like,
I do too.
Good God, that was the most embarrassing thing I see. That was the thing that made me yesterday. That was the thing that made me think to myself, am I being too mad at the Houston Texans? Which I'm not. I'm not. Somebody said, like, Paul, you need to move on. Football is football. I'll kill you. But hey, listen, Matt, like, come on. You should have to now as punishment for that. You should have to make the Justin Verlander tribute audio compilation that'll be played on the Astros broadcast when Verlander comes back for a Giants game.
Well, where's ours? Like, where's our goodbye to Justin Verlander? I'm sure you guys made one the last time he left.
No, I didn't. No,
Oh, okay.
no, you can make that if you want. He's,
I mean, we probably just played a whole bunch of highlights.
Definitely.
But no, I think it should be one tribute video max.
No,
I disagree.
This is ridiculous. This is Justin Verlander talking about the fans. The ovation that he got.
Let me defend myself.
No, we're gonna hear. You're gonna hear from Justin Verlander right here, who did not join the Matt Thomas show, but he did join the Paul Gallant show back in the day when Paul played this audio of Justin Verlander. Here is Justin Verlander.
Honestly, pretty special to me. I know how these fans know the game. They pay attention. They know I'm out there grinding and trying to give everything I can. I've worked as hard as humanly possible. Trying to bounce back as quick as I can from the injury and get back out there and for them to have that ovation after such a difficult day. It touched me. It did.
It touched him.
He got his moment. He got his ovation.
Yeah, and now he gets a tribute video.
I think there should be one celebration per person.
He's won 2 rings. Joe, I know you're not accustomed to teams who win.
I know.
He gets 2.
I think what the Bulls are doing was the dumbest thing in the world. They just had a Derrick Rose night, and then they're going to retire his jersey next season. Stupid. One night. One tribute video.
Yeah, like Derrick Rose doesn't deserve his jersey retired.
Wrong.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything.
They're doing that with Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Wrong.
Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander deserved one tribute. He wasn't good enough the second time around to deserve another one.
Did the Bulls even make the second round of the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
They made the second.
Yeah. Or it has to be only highlights from his second run. No, like that's it.
That would be funny. I kind of hope that happens.
Like
funny.
Okay, then I'm in.
Okay.
I don't know what you're thanking him for then. I don't know what you're tributing if it's highlights from only the second run. But yeah, only one tribute.
It's a lot of him giving advice to Spencer Arrighetti in the
yeah,
dugout.
like talking in the dugout.
Him talking in the dugout. Him warming up.
I like that.
Spring training when he's talking about like, I'm a little behind where I really want to be.
Yeah, that. He's leaning over the dugout.
Yeah, a lot of that. Him shaking hands with AJ Hinch after last season.